it funds. But also, if you look at it last month, there were two mega deals. One, of course, the Reliance guys getting whatever, $9-10 billion. And then even though it was a sale by a foreign company, but for levers to get whatever, $4 billion.
Samir, can we come back to you in just a second? Only highlighting the market opening, which is a little lower. I mean, the SGX Nifty had us believe that it may not be all that bad, but yes, 0.25% lower. Mid-caps flat. Nifty Bank is taking it on the neck. I mean, why? 1.5. I did expect negativity, of course, with crude going up. There is that bit of that inflation push. Crude and gold are both indicating something to us from global markets. As well, there will be more state borrowing, which will mean, bond yields could be hurt. The bond markets haven't opened, but this is a big cut. Axis, ICICI, Bandhan, RBL, HDFC Bank, SBI, all of them down about 1.5%. So that's what stands out today in terms of weakness. The Nifty Bank clearly worrying that as the lockdown continues, there is going to be an NPA fallout as well. Cost of money is not getting any cheaper, and all that will mean further pain for borrowing of companies, and the banks are taking it in the neck. What else is taking in the neck is Coal India. Well, Coal India, we know now going to the bond market to borrow to meet its expenses has been taken very badly. I don't think this is the reiteration of commercial mining. That's old hat. What else is falling? Bajaj Finance, Anuj, as you pointed out, a stock you would watch, is now heading towards 2,000. Bajaj Finserv as well is down a bit, but not as much as Bajaj Finance. So all the finance stocks are down. Then there's this Titan NTPC variety also, which are falling. What's good is only the ones that are global facing. Vedanta is up a bit. Infosys, Bharti Infratel, Hindalco, Reliance. Reliance is up 0.8. That will be countering a little bit of the fall. But the fall is now 0.5% actually, Sensex and Nifty. We've moved below 9,100 as far as the Nifty is concerned. Mid-caps marginally better, Sonia.
Well, yes, marginally better. A couple of pockets are looking good, though. You have these defense plays. Bharat Forge is up about 2%. Bharat Dynamics, BEL, up about 4 to 7%. Nippon Life is down 6% after reporting its earnings. The aviation sector, after nothing has come through for that sector in the stimulus program, SpiceJet, Indigo are down about 4% odd. M&M Finance is getting hit very hard. As you know, we know that disbursements have fallen 21%. You have L&T Finance also under pressure. PVR, Equitas, Bandhan Bank, all down about 3% each. So not looking good at all. Anuj, the start, especially in the broader markets, the financials are under pressure now.
They are, but Sonia, this is exactly the kind of day on which traps get created. For starters, the SGX Nifty normally gets it right because that's the.
Welcome back. You're with us on Closing Bell, and what a close it's turning out to be. Before we actually hit the final rates, let's bring in Nimesh, who's been working the phones, finding out what's happening out there. Nimesh, what's the sense? Is this lockdown woes? Is this disappointment on the package? Nimesh, if you can hear me, what's the sense you got from dealers today?
Yes, I can hear you today. So, the feedback is very clear. The fall is largely led by financials, and that's where the biggest unwinding has happened today. Remember, for the last 2 weeks before the package got announced from last Thursday, there was a lot of expectation and build-up done in the financial space. And today what we are seeing is the largest unwinding of financial names, aggressively got unwound. And on top of it, now people are little, comfortable to short the market as well, given the fact that there won't be any more news coming in terms of packages or in terms of any relief from the government. So now there is aggressive shorting happening in the leverage names. So that's why you see the FNO stocks on the list, all the leverage stocks where there was a lot of build-up in the last few days, is seeing massive selling pressure. In terms of flows, FIs continue to be net sellers. That trend continues. Some bit of DIY buying has happened in selective names, but that's not big enough to support the market. So the direction looks on the downside. Now there is aggressive shorting happening. So if there is no good news in the next few days from global market, I think our markets will tend to get lower on the back of selling and aggressive shorting from the FIs.
All right. Okay, Nimesh, thanks very much for that. Well, we're down to the last 2 to 3 minutes of what has been a crushing, brutal day. Now, Anuj, what's the sense from here? Because you've already got this major slam dunk. I I mean, for traders now really what's left on the table as you look out for trade tomorrow?
Well, for starters, the markets made a very bearish bar today, Surabhi, and you know what, this is in face of very strong global cues. We are ending at the lowest point of the day. Look, there's no brownie points in being brave in this market. I think you'll have to respect the trend. The trend for last few days has been rather down, and I think the markets today broken the range and has started an expansion. Now 90-50, which was acting as a big support for the market, will immediately become your massive resistance as you move forward. And I think on the bank Nifty, it's very clear that we need some more reset. This whole point about the weight adjustment of the financials versus the new age businesses in the index that I've been talking about is well and truly on. And that's what explains the near doubling of fall of the bank Nifty. Nifty is down 3.7%. The bank Nifty is down 7%. What is up? It's IT which is up. Reliance has not fallen as much. So I think this is a clear shift which is happening. The problem with the shift is, because as of now the banks are still holding the lion's share of the weight, the fall in the banks will outpace or will sort of negate any kind of rally that you will have in IT, pharma, Reliance, at least till the time the weights become more balanced. That's what you saw in today's trade. Anyway, let's talk about the stocks which moved the market down. It clearly was some of the large financials. So IndusInd Bank, HDFC, Axis, Bajaj Finance, ICICI Bank, State Bank of India, all down quite a bit. Zee had a big fall today, 9.5% gone on that stock. Maruti, Ultratech Cement, JSW Steel, Coal India, in fact Hero Motor. In fact, today was a really bad day because you're struggling to find any decent gainers in trade today. Cipla, of course, that's a stock which right in the morning indicated that it was in for some short covering. So that stock was up 5.5%. TCS was up 2.5%. Infosys, HCL Tech. So basically it's IT and pharma and Bharti Infratel if you throw in a bit of a telecom infrastructure. So that's how the large caps panned out today. But I think for me the bigger disappointment was how the mid caps fared today, Surabhi.
Oh yes, mid caps were trying to hold up all through this the month of May so far. Today that picture changed quite dramatically. Look at the losers. Interglobe Aviation is down 8.5%. Siemens has lost 8%. TVS Motors is down 9%. And then you bring up the financials and it's just a complete bloodbath. Usually we don't use words like that, but then today is a bit of an exceptional day. Shriram Transport Finance 10%, LIC Housing 12%, Chola Mandalam 15% down, M&M Finance about 18% down. Even some of the banks, City Union Bank, Federal Bank, I mean, look at the deep gashes on all of these stocks coming through. Indian Hotels, Prestige Estates, RBL Bank, PVR down 13%. PVR, of course, did tell us, Mr. Bijli admitted that they've had to let go 5,000 people in the past couple of weeks because of the situation. So just dire news coming in from all quarters. I can't even find too many gainers. I mean, there's not much to speak of. Barring something like Sterling and Wilson because they got an order. Cipla, obviously, the market continues to pick on pharma stocks. But barring that, there's not much to speak of on the gaining side of the screen. Very, very brutal day for the market. 300 points down on the Nifty. The Sensex, for whatever it's worth, has managed to close just above the 30,000 mark. But it's still a brutal cut. And the Bank Nifty sliding all the way down to 17,650 today. Okay, let's take closing thoughts. Where does it leave us? Now, Ashwini, you were saying that, this could get more aggressive in the days to come. How would you approach the market tomorrow if we keep getting this global rally? Because in India, the situation is very different, irrespective of what's happening on the Dow.
See, the issue is that we are going to underperform. So like I said earlier, that if the globe goes up 3%, we'll go up 0.5%. And the problem here is that bears have ammunition. So they will use all sorts of gap ups, all kinds of rallies to sell into. Plus you have your ETF selling, which the FIIs have embarked on. So it's going to be very difficult for the market to recover. So my sense is as long as you stay below 90-50, all rallies will get sold into, and there will be a lack of news. 15 days, everything is shut. There is no improvement expected anywhere. So that gives, somewhat of a, empty stretch for the bears to particularly hammer down financials.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. Then we'll wind it up on that note for today. Thank you for taking us through what's been a brutal session for the bulls. Take a break, come back, and we'll get you lots more, including some commentary from senior officials of the North Block. We'll be back with that in just a moment.